welcome our panelists, and then they're going to give really short talks where they're going to talk through their expertise and share some of their expertise with us. And then we're going to do a small talk on a very important topic, and then it's tea time. So yeah. And then after that, we're going to get into a small group and discuss some really exciting topics, very interesting topics. In the Nadu, we'll do a lot of icebreakers. Promise you're not going to sleep. If you know, you go behind the table there or under the table. So we have 4 panelists. All right, very simple. We know them. It's very, we should be very honored and proud because these panelists are from within our community, and so we will welcome them with some fanfare. So we have 4 options. All right, and I'll read the description of each of our panelists. And so if I invite Raji, you go Raji, okay? But we have to also guess who it is. So our options are Devi, Rohini, Soumya, and Joyce. So yeah. Bring my cheat paper notes. So our first panelist grew up in Kerala for most of her schooling. For medical school, went to Coimbatore Medical College. Any guesses? Soumya. So she did her Dr. Soumya Sivaraman, please come forward. So she did her psychiatry residence in India at the National Institute of Mental Health and Neuroscience in Bangalore, moved to the US along with her husband as he joined his residency in NYC, and then moved to Birmingham in 2012. She finished her psychiatry residency from UAB in 2017, and she's the current assistant professor in the Department of Psychiatry at UAB. Her areas of interest are interventional psychiatry, quality and patient safety, and neuropsychiatry. She's currently the director of, electroconvulsive therapy service, and she is in charge of procedural psychiatry clinic. So let's give it up for Dr. Our next panelist. Okay, born in Tuscaloosa, close ties with Alabama. Baby! All right, Dr. Devi Sakat is a hematology oncologist. She is interested in preventive medicine, healthcare. Birmingham is always near and dear to her heart. She completed her training at UAB. Next line, okay? In the order what she says. She loves spending time with her friends, husband, 2 kids, and 6 pet fish. Think about the order. Always friends first. Welcome, Dr. Sakat. Our next panelist. Okay, let me make it a little more difficult. Almost smart that you're not very smart.
Should I change my
Okay, she developed interest and passion towards this ancient medical system by observing her father. Rohini! Welcome, Dr. Rohini. Rohini and family moved to Hyderabad in 2013. She is involved very actively in the community. She is an Ayurvedic physician by profession. Like I mentioned, she developed this interest observing her father, who is an Ayurvedic physician and still active in practice at the age of 78. Recently, Dr. Rohini started her Ayurvedic practice, which is Rohini Ayurvedic Wellness Center, probably the first fully trained Ayurvedic physician to start practice in our city. Thank you and welcome. All right, so our final panelist is probably talks to Russia right now over some nuclear resources or something like that. Joyce! So Joyce brings 20 years of experience. She's an accomplished accomplished professional with immense experience and expertise in serving in various capacities such as co-chair of the Southern Nuclear Women in Nuclear Resource Group, a recent graduate from UAB with a master's in business administration. She's currently a project manager in the Innovation and Technology Group at Southern Nuclear. In this role, she handles the implementation of cutting-edge technology in artificial intelligence, data analytics, and robotics for Southern Nuclear. And I can keep going on and on, but I will let them take it. We're starting with...
Hello? Okay, so thank you for the introduction. My name is Devi Santat or Sampat. How I started in medicine, so that you can know a little bit more about me, is in Dr. P.R. Malaysia, Dr. and then after my Amma was born, Malaya because she's one of 7 kids, so Tamil Salakshi, Meenakshi, then they ran out of names, so Malaya and he came to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And he was an internist, he was an internal medicine doctor at the Alabama VA. Standing?
No, sorry.
Okay, powerful women. I'm going to stand. Okay, so, he wanted more doctors within our family. Not for the pride or anything that you would normally think, but because health was so important to him. So, he would say to each cousin, it is important to be in medicine. We cannot accomplish any of our goals without being healthy. So I have finished medicine, and then I came back for fellowship. I finished internal medicine training, and then I did 4 additional years of hematology oncology. So now oncology because that's my practice. Mainly in the setting of preventive healthcare. So preventive healthcare ever heard of preventive medicine? Just anybody. What do you think?
Just going for health checkups.
Exactly. Yeah. Super important for a health checkup. So actually in the oncology world, health checkups are super important. We can prevent all sorts of cancers by starting at the right time. So I will focus a little bit on that, and then I'll go to kind of some of the main general topics like exercise, some of the things that I don't do. So, think in the back of your mind that most of the time, speaking for myself, doctors are not following their own advice, okay? So take it with what you want. Multivitamins. Don't ask my husband, so long as she's the most unhealthy person. Okay, so thank you first of all so much for having me. You've taken the first step. That's what I feel. You are serious about your health. You are serious about being a healthy woman for your family. I always think of the scenario, it's okay. Okay, I always think about the scenario they say in the beginning, oxygen. So oxygen, even if you have your whole life, your child next to you, you should first put the mask on yourself before you put it on the person next to you. I know my son Jay Becker, he's very smart, he'll put on the mask. I'm more worried about my husband. He doesn't know, we had to actually do it one time. And I put it on myself, but he was really struggling, but it ended up being an okay flight. The point is this though, women, is that oftentimes, I know for sure, we always worry about everybody else, and we do not focus on ourselves. And at the end of the day, it is our health that spoils. Staying up, making sure that we make the cookies, do the project, we are losing sleep, we are losing important time to rest and wellness. So I really think that you all made the biggest step on a Sunday coming out and taking care of your health. This is the first step. So please give yourselves a round of applause. There's a quote which I love. The greatest medicine of all is to teach people how not to need it. That's what preventive health is about, okay? What that means, she's getting it. She's getting it, okay? What that means is that, virtually I'm even have to look at it because then I won't have a job, right? If you guys all learn how to be healthy, then I don't have anything to get paid for. But that's what my idea wanted for people. So that's why I'm doing all the residency training and everything that these wonderful women behind me did to help teach that. So specifically oncology. எல்லாரும் வந்து கேன்சர் பத்தி பேசும்போது C word யூஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க. Oh, the C word. எனக்கு definitely idea. Your மாமியார் கூட, she's super sweet, wonderful, but யாராச்சும் வந்து உங்க மருமக what type of doctor? நான் கொஞ்சம் கம்மியாக இருக்கிறவங்க oncologist, cancer doctor ன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. Okay. I'm here to say that cancer can நிறைய stigma இருக்கு. But everybody here knows one person they love or they know with cancer. Is that right? Who knows somebody who has cancer? And who knows somebody who has cancer but doesn't want anybody to know? Yeah, usually the case. Now, I wanted to be close with my in-laws. They live there. And so my husband left, he came here. But I stayed with them in Moscow. And I went to an oncology clinic. Even patients, they did not want to talk about it. They wanted their relatives not to know, like distance or no. And so we have to get rid of this stigma. So I would say that unfortunately cancer is very common. However, in this day and age, there's so many treatments. So if there's somebody that you know who has cancer, just listen to them. Be supportive. And tell them that there's so many treatments and that, they will in some capacity be okay. Okay, so as I said, I'm not a cancer doctor. I treat all sorts of cancers: lung cancer, breast cancer, colon cancer, blood cancers. And cancer, it sees no differences in people. It can affect anybody. Any sort of financial background, any race, gender, age, size, and most of the time, it is not caused by one thing. So, the number one question how hereditary is cancer in Nepal? I would say that some cancers can be hereditary, but at the utmost, maybe 10%. So, a lot of these things are just happening because of a mutation. It is nobody's fault. So, that's what we came on a discussion. Now I want to shift gears a little bit and talk about cancer screening. What I found in India was that right? So I'm not so sure, and that's why maybe you all can help teach me because I grew up here. But to my knowledge, she did not go for any sort of screenings. So I wanted to spend some time about that. Now, primary care doctor reporting that once a year. It's important, and most of the primary care doctors do spend 45 minutes here to talk about this. But in the pandemic, they're talking about COVID. Right when you're about to leave, you say like, left to call today. So they don't have time. They don't have time to go through this. And what happens then, they don't tell you, okay, you have a mammogram, you have to go to your colonoscopy. Now the computer system does alert people based on age, but sometimes the conversation is just not had until it's too late. So let's talk about mammograms. Everybody knows mammogram. So she did not want to go for a mammogram because it's like two metal plates crushing your breast, right? And it can be painful and it can pain for many days. But why is it important? The importance of breast cancer is very treatable in all stages. But it is not curable if it is spread outside of the breast, fully outside. So, they move forward the age in which they can screen to be age 40 about. So especially if you had a history of breast cancer in the family, to it's a good idea to tell your doctor and go once a year. Some people talk about self-breast palpation. So, that's a sort of awkward concept, and lots of times anxiety. You might feel something, but usually once a month, laying down on the bed or even in the shower, you just take the pads of your hand, not the fingertips, and you do a circular motion and you feel all around your breast. And what you're looking for is a pretty big lump or cutty, and that helps. But if you're not doing that, that's okay too, because every year mammogram is good and important. Okay. Next, colon cancer. Now in my life, I will never let anybody put something in that section of me. Okay. You can't generalize. But colonoscopy is very important because younger and younger people are getting colon cancer. It's just the truth. And it's very devastating and somewhat harder to treat when it's more advanced stage. So, colonoscopy usually happens at 50 unless someone has family history. And the night before, they give you a big jug and you have to drink all the water, all the liquid solution in it, because it clears your entire intestine. So you're going to the bathroom all night. So it's not the easiest thing for some people. But I think it's very important. And usually they'll say you don't have to go for another about 10 years, depending on it. So most people are going around 45 now. But again, it depends on the family history. Usually people ask me, conscious sedation. So you'll be comfortable, you won't be feeling this thing, but you will be able to get the colonoscopy that you need. They might be cervical cancer, pap smears. Pap smears is a bunch of confusing now, but it starts around 25, and anytime around 3 to 5 years is important to get it screened. I'll say just quickly about uterine cancer. So post-menopause, bleeding in the definitely tell your doctor, even if it's happening once, because they can quickly find out if there's a problem. A lot of people say, oh, lung cancer, smoking not smoke lung cancer. That's one somewhat of a misconception. What's happening now, but rare lung, is that some patients, especially Asian women, Southeast Asian women, are getting cancer without smoking, lung cancer. So it is important if you're all of a sudden having shortness of breath, losing weight, or constant cough. Not like, definitely call me when you get a concern, but if you're coughing for a week or two, it's okay. I mean like multiple months of cough, it's good to talk to your doctor, okay? So sorry to talk so much about this C word, okay? And so I'll just finish, unless you want me to talk more, with some of the stuff that I said I do not do, like multivitamin. I think if you just take one general women's multivitamin, that's enough. So some of your patients come into my office with a Walmart bag with a multivitamin, every other vitamin, so double that, so that's not necessary. Then they say you should drink 11 cups of water. I don't know who's doing that in this room, but if you are, you're probably going to the bathroom 11 times per day. Good for you. Okay, and then oil. Like Tamil, Southeastern, Asian, you have to worry about heart disease. It's just genetically good. But we love ghee, oil, and what are you doing, man? So it's important to use some good oils. So the good oils that we usually say are cannoli, sunflower, sesame, and just saying vegetable oil is not really the best, but do what you can, of course. Finally, I think I'll leave it to everybody else to talk about all the wonderful things, but just have a rest for yourself at times, give yourself some grace. All these things that I'm saying, they can be found online.